What we're going to talk about today is how to arrange things in your picture. This is really important, and you know what? It's always going to be important because although we have auto exposure that you could use, hopefully you're not, but you could. We have autofocus that we all use. One thing that there isn't on cameras is auto composition. You have to do that yourself. And so that's what we're going to talk about here today, is how you go about doing that. Luckily for us, there is a tried and true, time-honored formula for the best way to set things up in most photos. And it's called the rule of thirds. And that's what we're going to use here today. I'll show you a graphic now that kind of describes and shows you what it is. All it is a way to divide up your scene into thirds. First, you do it horizontally. You have a line that runs across the picture, sort of a third from the top and a third from the bottom. But it also works vertically, and you're going to have vertical lines a third from each side. The places where they intersect are places that you want to put things that are particularly important. So keep those in mind as well. What it really boils down to is don't put stuff in the middle of your picture. Don't center it. Put it to the one side or the other. What it helps you do as well is make sure there's a point to your picture. We talked about in the last video identifying your subject. And by having this rule of thirds concept in your brain, that'll help you do that too, because now you have to think about what's important in my picture. Where should I put these lines? How should I set things up? And so it's all related. This is again a little baby step here to help you improve your pictures. Now let's take a look at this in action. I'm going to walk through some pictures with you to help you visualize how you might go about using the rule of thirds. First, let's take a look at a couple pictures where we're going to put the horizon line near the top. In these pictures, what we have are situations where we want to emphasize what's on the ground. In other words, the sky isn't that important, and we're really focused on the sort of foreground of the picture. Now, let's take a look at a couple pictures where we're emphasizing the sky. In other words, that the foreground is not what we're after here, and we're trying to emphasize the wide open nature of things. Like I said, the rule of thirds also works in a vertical aspect as well. And so you're going to take things that are particularly important and put them along those vertical lines like you're seeing in these pictures. Other times you're going to have something that's really important and you're going to want to put on one of these points. And you're going to do that by having it on a third line, both horizontally and vertically, like you're seeing in these pictures. So far I've been showing you pictures that are in sort of a landscape, cityscape environment, but it also works with pictures of people like you're looking at here. Keep in mind when you're doing this that you generally want the person looking into the picture when you put them on one of the third lines. So that hopefully gives you a sense of how you might use the rule of thirds in your own pictures. Let me talk about a few additional tips for helping you use it. The first is that you're going to see the rule of thirds everywhere. And in fact, your camera will usually let you put a grid up on the LCD display so that you can see how the rule of thirds applies when you're setting up your picture. So you can turn that on if you find that helpful. In addition, you'll see it in the crop later on, and I'll talk about that in a second. Another tip is that, there's this tendency to talk about it as a rule on the one hand, because it's called the rule of thirds. But then we're all very quick to say, yeah, but you can ignore it, okay? And what I want you to do for now is really make sure you're using it. Use it all the time. You can take a picture afterwards where you ignore it, but at least start by using it. You need to master the rule before you go about selectively ignoring it. And since we're kind of just getting started here, be sure you're using it and really using it as much as possible. Finally, like I mentioned, this is really a good thing to help you identify your subject. So use it as part of that process as well, because by determining how you're going to set up your picture using these third lines, that'll help you determine what's important, what's your picture about, what are you trying to say here. So that should help you. The last thing I want to talk about is the fact that you get second chances here. When you take your picture into Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever you're going to use to edit it later on, you can crop the picture, and you can do so according to the rule of thirds. In fact, most of the time when you do that, when you set up the crop function of your Lightroom or Photoshop, you'll have an overlay that goes over the picture. And very often it's the rule of thirds, or at least you can set it up that way. And that's something I recommend you do. That way, as you crop the picture in from one side, it'll show you how things line up according to the rule of thirds. So be sure you pay attention to that as well. The fact is, I mean, we all want to get it right in the field, but things move fast there. And so when you're at home in front of your computer, you can usually take your time and get things just right. Now let's talk about today's assignment. We haven't taken any landscape shots yet, so let's use today to get out and take a landscape shot. Now, this is a great day to do it because the rule of thirds really helps you set these up. You're going to use the rule of thirds for your horizon line. Remember that if you want to accentuate the sky, you'll put the horizon line on the lower third line. And if you're more interested in what's on the ground, you'll put the horizon line on the top third line. This is a great technique that really helps you set up your landscape photos, and I think you'll find that it'll help you today, but it'll also help you a lot going forward. So good luck with this assignment.